The Technics AZ100 is currently the best overall earbud you can get. I have them ranked number 1 with a score of 86.5 out of 100. But right behind them by just 1 point is the OnePlus Buds Pro 3, and they come in at half the price of the AZ100. So today I'll be comparing both buds directly, covering 11 categories to help you decide which bud's going to be best for you. So let's get into it. Starting with comfort here, I'm giving the OnePlus Buds Pro 3 the win, as they have better ergonomics and a more shallow fit, just gives you that slightly lighter feel in the ear canal. The AZ100 are still pretty comfortable though. Now with security of the fit, I'm giving this one a tie. I've used both buds a lot when running and weight training, and I'm getting pretty much the same experience. They're not sport focused earbuds, so I do need to readjust here and there throughout my workouts, but there's no way they're going to fall out of my ears. The Pro 3 do work slightly better when running, as the weight distribution of the stem just kind of holds the bud down in your ear canal a bit better. It won't move around as much and make much body-borne noise, although running with the AZ100, I barely notice too much body-borne noise. Keep in mind the more shallow fit of the Pro 3 might not work with everyone. You might like the slightly deeper fit the AZ100 has. This really comes down to your personal ear canal. Now with the IP rating, the Pro 3 get the win with an IP55 dust and water resistant rating. The AZ100 only have an IPX4 water resistant rating, so no dust protection. The Pro 3 is going to work better if you're on a dusty work site, and you do get slightly better water resistance. Now with case and battery life, the AZ100 get the win, since you get 10 hours on the earbuds and 28 hours in total with the case, and that's with noise cancelling on. The Pro 3 gives you 6 hours on the buds, 25.5 hours in total. Still pretty decent. And in terms of case size and overall thickness, it's about the same between the two. The Pro 3 does have quicker fast charge, so you chuck the buds in the case for 10 minutes, you're gonna get 3 hours of playback on the earbuds. The 100s will give you an hour and a half playback with a 15-minute charge in the case, although Technics do advertise this with noise cancelling on. I'm pretty sure that Pro 3 advertised rating there is with noise cancelling off. Still, the Pro 3 is a lot better, and you can charge both cases wirelessly. Now when it comes to controls, the Pro 3 get the easy win here. Since you get swipe control for volume up and down, as well as track control, you can set volume to one bud and swipe control to the other bud, or just use volume only on both buds. I love it when my earbud has swipe control, because this allows you to control everything, including volume up and down, play pause, track control, noise cancelling, even when using just one earbud. The AZ100 have great customization though, and you get extras like being able to power on and off your buds, or muting your microphone on phone calls. The Pro 3 doesn't have this. But they do have skin detection with their wearing detection. So if you take one bud out and put it in your pocket, for example, your music won't start playing, where on the AZ100s, your music will start playing. A small one, but a nice bonus to have. Now, when it comes to connectivity, Technics takes the win here. So both buds do have high-res audio. The AZ100 has a very common LDAC, which will work on pretty much any Android device. The Pro 3 uses LHDC, which is technically superior, but not as widely available on most phones. And the hundreds also have LE audio or LC3 audio. Not too common right now, it's kind of more future-proofing, I'd say. But only the AZ100 works in mono mode, so when you're using one bud with the other in the case, you're going to hear the left and right audio channel out of that one earbud. On the Pro 3, you're only going to hear the audio channel of whatever bud you're using. Both buds also have lower latency modes, which really does help bring the latency down to a more suitable level if you're into quicker reaction games like shooters. A standout feature of the AZ100 though is a 3-way multi-point connection. So you can have 3 devices connected to the earbuds at the same time. It's not perfect. Sometimes music wouldn't play on one device, you have to pause on the other, then play it for it to actually start working. But overall, a very niche feature, and some people can make great use out of this. The Pro 3, you can still connect 2 devices to the buds at the same time. Now, when it comes to call quality, I'm giving this one a tie. I recently updated the OnePlus Buds Pro 3 to their latest firmware, and I think it improved the call quality ever so slightly. The AZ100 might have the slight edge in terms of volume, but I think the Pro 3 actually blocks out all the background noise a bit better. So I'll leave you with 3 tests here: quiet room, simulation crowd noise, and a really challenging windy city test. All right, here's the call quality of the Technics AZ100 in a quiet room. All right, here is a call quality of the OnePlus Buds Pro 3 in a quiet room. All right, now we're going to see how the microphones block out some simulation crowd noise. All right, here's the call quality of the Technics AZ100 with some simulation crowd noise. All right, here's the call quality of the OnePlus Buds Pro 3 with some simulation crowd noise. All right, now we have some city noise, some construction noise, and some simulation wind. All right, here is the call quality of the Technics AZ100 with some city noise, construction noise, and simulation wind. All right, here's the call quality of the OnePlus Buds Pro 3 with some city noise, construction noise, and simulation wind. All right, now when it comes to app customization, I'm giving this one a tie. On both buds, you can get the app on iOS or Android. And both buds give you all the customization you need, your control customization, noise cancelling, EQ, spatial audio, although you do get 8 bands on the AZ100 EQ, 6 bands on the Pro 3. And the AZ100 gives you more customization of your noise cancelling and transparency mode. The Pro 3 does have a nice hearing test though, which will tailor the sound to how you actually hear. And this does improve the sound for me. And the user interface on the Pro 3 app is much cleaner. It's very easy to find what you're looking for. The AZ100, it's a bit of a mess, as you can kind of see here. So some pros and cons on both apps there. Now, when it comes to noise cancelling, Technics takes the win here. But in my plain noise test, I noticed the AZ100 block out that more kind of high frequency hiss sound from the engine. And in my crowd noise test, it also just blocked out more of the crowd noise. Not a huge difference, maybe like 5–7% stronger. And both buds do have an automatic wind reduction built into the earbuds, so you can't turn this off. But how this works is like if you're outside on a windy day and the mics pick up too much wind with noise cancelling on, it'll quickly turn your noise cancelling off. And then when no more wind is detected, it will turn your noise cancelling back on, just so you're not hearing like wind noise coming in through your earbuds. The AZ100 is much quicker to respond when no more wind is detected. Usually takes about 4 seconds. Or on the Pro 3, it takes about up to 10 seconds. Now in terms of EQ shift, this is how your sound quality changes with noise cancelling on compared to noise cancelling off, compared to transparency mode, and both buds have more than I would like to see. So with the AZ100, when you go from noise cancelling to transparency, there's a slight upper treble increase, and when you turn noise cancelling off, there's a 10% mid-bass increase and upper mid reduction. On the Pro 3, when you go from noise cancelling to transparency, there's about a 5% treble increase and 5% bass reduction. The soundstage changes a little bit. It's a bit of a strange shift. And then when you go from noise cancelling on to noise cancelling off, it's a 5% mid and treble increase. So I think they sound the best with noise cancelling off. But next is a transparency mode, and I'm just giving the win here to the AZ100. Overall clarity, occlusion, white noise, it's basically on par with both buds. The only thing I noticed that was better on the AZ100 was when I was speaking myself, my own voice sounded a little bit clearer, but it's really not a huge difference. And you do get better customization of the transparency mode in the Technics app. You have a slider there from 0 to 100. On the Pro 3, you can't customize it at all. And both buds use the same auto wind reduction seen on the noise cancelling. Now onto the final round, sound quality, and this is where the extra money you're paying for with the AZ100 really starts to show. The Pro 3 still sound great though. They're one of the best sounding buds you can get at their price. This is after a lot of tweaking though. I ran through the hearing test a couple of times and kind of chose the best one, and this is my go-to EQ. And with this customization, I'm getting a dynamic, but still pretty balanced listening experience with deep bass, decent instrument separation, and some nice crisp treble. My only complaint is that the soundstage is a bit closed in. But you're getting a type of sound that's going to work with any type of music. There's no real major drawbacks. It's only when comparing them to a bud like the AZ100, they just don't sound as good. So the overall clarity of the AZ100 is noticeably better. Soundstage is the most noticeable difference. It's a much more expansive, wider and open soundstage. You also just get better instrument detail and separation. It's no contest really. Even just with the stock tuning, they sound pretty decent. Although the stock tuning is not the best, so this is my current go-to EQ. So this kind of reduces the slightly boomy bass response the stock tuning has and improves the upper mid. So some instrumentation, distorted guitars, lead guitar, keys, and that kind of stuff stands out a little bit better. But if you're a bit of a bass head, you can push out some decent bass on the AZ100, just chuck on that super bass preset and you're good to go. But if you're more of a bass head, I'd say go for the Pro 3 because you can push out some insane bass and retain it at high volumes if you like. One of the bassiest buds you can basically get at the moment. Just chuck on the bass boost preset, it's probably enough, or you can use that bass wave slider and push out some kind of ridiculous over the top bass. That could be another big one about the Pro 3. They do go noticeably louder at max volume, just over 118 decibels. The AZ100, just over 111 decibels. They're still incredibly loud past like 75–80% volume, so just keep that in mind. But that wraps up all 11 categories, and Technics does take the overall win. But I hope this demonstrated why the OnePlus Buds Pro 3 are ranked so high. At their price, easily the best value bud you can get right now. But you can also probably tell why the AZ100 are ranked number 1. They're just a very flawless earbud. If sound quality is your priority and you just need all the features to be good, you don't mind spending a bit more, go for the AZ100. But it's only once you can customize the scoring with my free spreadsheet link below that you'll get a true ranking of all the buds based on your preferences. So be sure to check that out. Also be sure to check my full Technics AZ100 review right here. Thanks a lot for tuning in, stay picky, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.